Very important work at a very important time in our nation's history. Now, as we all know, many people and families across the country have been struggling for years. We heard the unemployment rate here in this area is still hovering above the national average. President Obama took office during the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. And to give it a little context, the 4 months before President Obama took office on January 20th of 2009, first, just the 6 months leading up to that, our country lost 4 million jobs, 4 million. And in the first few months after he took office, before his policies had a chance to take any effect whatsoever, we shed another 4 million jobs. So 8 million jobs in less than a year. But the good news is that we have come a long, long way since those dark days. We have had 24 months of consecutive private sector growth in this country. And that translates into 4 million new jobs. So across the country, Americans are finding new jobs and finding hope. And this is all good news. But the President and the Department of Commerce recognize that a lot more needs to be done, and I don't need to tell anybody in this audience that we still have a lot of work to do. And I want to tell you, I want to look you in the eye and say that we will not stop until every American who wants a job can find it. Now, central to this work is boosting U.S. exports. This is critically important for one simple reason. If more companies do not take the opportunities that lie outside of America, our nation will not be able to compete in the 21st century economy. I often tell people around the country when I speak about export promotion, I often tell them to imagine that you have a couple of friends that open up a retail store. Let's say, since we're in Ontario, that they open it up in Ontario Mills. And let's say that these friends who opened up this store make a conscious decision to only market their products to 5 out of every 100 customers that walk by. Could that business survive? Then you're supposed to say no. But let me just say, that's exactly what happens when American companies that have an exportable good or an exportable service do not engage in exporting. And that's because 95% of the world's consumers live outside our borders. So to be competitive, our companies have got to go to where the customers are. Let me just give you